We're going to be having a look at adding and subtracting fractions today. To start with, we're going to have a look at when we have common denominators. Now, remember what I mean by denominators? We're looking at how many parts the shape has been split into. So if we look at the fractions that I've got on the board now, how many is that split into? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know that the denominator is 4. How many have been shaded? 2. So my fraction is 2 quarters. I am adding how many quarters, because it's been split into the same amount. So how many are shaded this time? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3. So I'm adding 2 quarters plus 3 quarters. Now we can see here that if I've got the 3 plus another 2 quarters, how many quarters have I got in total? So we would have 5 parts out of the total shaded. Okay. Now the shapes are still split into 4, so our denominator is still 4. But this time, if we got them all, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts are shaded. Now you may also spot that this here is one whole, and here we have got 1 part shaded out of 4. So you may say, well, 5 quarters is also equal to 1 whole and 1 quarter, writing it as a mixed number. Make sure you've got that example in your books, because then you'll be able to use that when you're completing the exercises. I want you to have a look at this one. So we can have a quick look at subtraction. Now, this time our denominator is 9. So here is my shape. It's split into 9 parts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts. Okay, we can see that 11 parts are shaded in total. So I know that I must have 1 whole one. That's my 9, 10, 11 parts. If I wanted to take away 4 ninths, I would literally be going, okay, well, let's get rid of this one, that one, this one, and this one. So what would I then be left with? I would be left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember, they're all still ninths because we've split the shapes into ninths. So I would be left with 7 ninths. What is it that you're noticing about the two fractions that we've just looked at? It's really important that this works because the fractions have been split into the same amounts. The shapes have been split into the same amounts. Okay, we can subtract here because we're looking at ninths. In a later lesson, we're going to have a look at when they're split differently and we're not dealing with the same denominators. Okay, go and have a go at the exercises and see how you get on.